Everybody, welcome to Fourth Dimension. My name's Remy.
And I'm Benedict.
And welcome to our monthly roundup of February 2022. This time around, we're going for a new format. So, Ben, I guess hit it away.
So cool. Last time we did a different format where I told Remy my picks and then Remy made sure that he chose different albums to me. But this time, none of us know our picks. We're just going to go straight in. I'm going to tell my 3 albums. Remy's going to tell his 3 albums. And we're going to just go straight into discussing it.
Cool. Right. So my number 3 pick, I don't think you'd be expecting, to be fair. It's BODR.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. My second pick is Ghetto Gods by Earthgang. And then my top album of the month is Ants From Up There by Black Country New Road. So,
okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
My number 3 pick is Black Country New Road, Ants From Up There.
Let's go.
My number 2, Beach House, One Twice Melody. And my number 1 pick is Jazmine Sullivan with Hotels Motels.
Damn. And I really thought you were gonna have that higher. But
I think it's just a replay value. I prefer this to their first record, actually, which I know seems weird that it's my number 3 pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Really?
Yeah, I agree. Okay. I think, personally for me, I just think they know how to make music. It's grand, it's epic, it's sad, it's depressing, it's beautiful. It took me a minute to maybe, compare it to their debut.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely a lot more fully realized. Even if they, have 3 10+ minute tracks at the end, I think they do fit in.
No, I mean, I just like that it pulls from more places. I think while the first album is 6 tracks, right? So it's 6 tracks, around 40 minutes. So it's 0 to 100 for those 6 tracks. It's just full in your face. Whereas I feel with songs like Concord and especially songs like Bread Song, it demands a bit more of your attention span. It's a bit more of a slow burner kind of record. It's kind of more building up to these sort of really cathartic moments rather than just hitting you in the face immediately with just this almost panic.
Exactly. So my favorite tracks, as I stated before, obviously The Place Where You Inserted the Blade, crazy track, love that song. Chaos Space Marine, I really like. When it dropped as a single, it didn't click with me, but I think as a nice intro,
it gets stuck in your head.
It does, and it just feels like they're about to go into an adventure. The sounds are really just I don't know, whimsical. Is that is that weird to say?
I really like Concord. I think it's a slow burner track, but it's just very beautiful. And then I think it's one of everyone's favorites, the place that inserted the blade. I mean, when that chorus comes in,
this song just hits, man. And when they all come in at the end, and it's just so grand, so beautiful. The instrumentation is just oh man, it is cream moment is what
the Black Country New Road is cream.
Black Country New Road is making me cream, right? It's also really just catchy, isn't it?
That's perfect.
It's just so thank you, appreciate that. I think I should be a part of the band. If you guys are watching this, hear me out. Can't play an instrument, but it's fine.
New lead member.
I mean, I used to play trumpet back in the day. Maybe I can
get picture the CV now.
Get the dust off. Yeah, just a couple guys. You want me, right?
I was gonna pick the Earthgang. That was the one that I wanted to put on there, but just got squeezed out. I think you like the album more than me.
I'm really happy with it. I really wasn't expecting it to surpass Mirrorland for me, because I really like Mirrorland. I think it. I don't know. I think it's an interesting dynamic for a duo. I'm not going to give them any, crazy comparisons comparing them to Outkast, which I think a lot of people do. But
they don't sound like Outkast.
I don't think they sound like Outkast, but I think they've got that. I don't know. I know
what you mean. They've got that kind of spirit to them.
They're both unique in their own way, but I think they can also complement each other really well, and they know how to tag team and go back and forth. And I think that's some of the mastery that people like Outkast and other duos in hip hop. That's what makes them special, and that's what makes them stand out. And I like the beats. A lot of it's very heavenly. I think it's very fine detailed, very, very soulful. So some beautiful soul influence there. And the features as well. I mean, the features are great.
What was your favorite tracks?
Strong Friends, Power, Water Boys, I Love Amen, American Horror Story.
I really liked Water Boys. Like you, I loved the the Music Soul Child track. I like the Baby Tate track.
Yeah, the Baby Tate track's cool. I saw a lot of people hate on that, but I thought the Baby Tate track was cool. And from what I saw from the general reaction of the album, I think that Power was like the big song. And I think like a lot of people were saying like if they had gone to the scale that they did with Power, the album might have been a bit more fully fleshed out for a lot of people. But I don't know. I think they did a balance of what they could
sounds quite different from some of the other tracks on here.
Yeah. It's a very...
it would have been a different record.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like it's definitely
people
a lot more...
People said CeeLo sounded funny.
I mean, CeeLo does sound a bit funny. I mean, like, I think CeeLo surprised me, though. I think he's got one of the best verses on the album, you know, regardless of CeeLo as a person. But I think his strangeness and the way, you know, he was spitting, like, his flow was pretty good. Like, I don't know, I think that's all. And then Nick Cannon as well, like, even though, like, what he was saying was a bit like, you know, like, I just called my daughter Power. Like, grow up,
Yeah,
man.
I forgot about that bit. I was
like... I just called my daughter Power, and they thought I was crazy. Like, yeah, you are crazy. You just call your daughter Power. Like, that's not a normal name to call your daughter. But, you know, the tone of the album is a little bit more personal from their last, which I'm happy with. But it's also a lot very inviting.
Yeah, personal.
Yeah, personal. And
especially
I think,
some of the back end tracks as well.
Yeah, for sure. And again, just, you know, intertwining rap bangers, and again, you know, the soulful influence, and, you know, some more, you know, slower tracks. Yeah, I think it's just where, you know, showing where they both shine and showing some of that versatility. So, right, I feel this is where we divert a bit. And
I mean, like you haven't heard the Beach House, right?
I haven't heard the Beach House. The reason why I haven't listened to the Beach House as well, and I think this is a big reason for a lot of people, and what you know,
because it's fat.
Yeah, it's because it's just like it's intimidating with it's intimidating with their rollout. It's intimidating with how long it is. Although, you know, again, it's not long. I just think we've gotten into a generation of music now where like we just are used to shorter music.
It is long.
And I think
it is long.
I mean, but the thing is, it's not really. It's what, an hour and 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, but do you not think that's long?
For an album, no. Like, I don't know. Like, back in the day, like that wasn't considered that long. I think it's just the last like 10 years or so. Like, an hour and 20 minutes is just massive.
I think listening. I gotta be honest. I love this record, but listening to it in one sitting isn't the easiest thing. You could probably cut off the last 4 or 5 tracks. I think they don't. I mean, they're great, but they don't add anything to what the record already gave.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're listening to an hour and 20 minutes of just this very hazy fog, like dreamy, shoegazy, synth poppy record, it's almost like hard to cut through at points. Some of the tracks on here are just profoundly beautiful. I mean, yeah, I don't even have a huge amount to say about it because it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful record. A lot of just love struck songs on here. Just one of the best albums of the year. Yeah, my favorite tracks would probably be Over and Over, Only You Know, and Through Me.
Cool.
And then, what were the other diversions?
Mine was the Snoop Dogg. To be honest, when I was thinking about it, I wasn't sure because although I did enjoy it, I don't think it's, you know, a contender for some of the albums that had dropped this month. But, you know, shut up. But you know, BODR, Back on Death Row, it's not the most amazing album ever. It's fairly inconsistent a lot of the time, and, you know, there's some clown ass beats like Crip Your Enthusiasm.
You don't like that beat?
Crip Your Enthusiasm.
You don't like it?
Like, I think it's done well. It's done okay. Like, it's done in a decent way. But like, you can't tell when that shit came up. That was like, what the?
You're not bumping that in the car.
I'm not bumping. Like, if you give me the aux and I play Crip Your Enthusiasm, you have every right to punch me in the face. Like, you do. But like, ultimately, I think it still is Snoop, and like, it's Snoop in character. It's him being him. It's him, you know, showing he's still got the craft. You know, the fundamentals of hip hop hasn't left this man.
But was Bush his last record? I can't even remember. I mean, Bush was the last record that I was like really like heavy in rotation with, and like I don't think I'll come back to this as much as Bush.
He has had about 10 albums since Bush.
Oh, okay.
That's mad, innit? That's mad. Cousins, he had Kool-Aid, Never Left, Make America Crip Again, 220. Snoop Dogg presents Bible of Love, The Snoop Story, I Want to Thank You, From the Streets.
I have them all in my collection. I just
yeah. I just forgot about them, Brad. It's been a while. No,
That's actually so laughable. But I thought that was his last record since.
Sorry, I had to.
So no Jazmine Sullivan. No Jazmine Sullivan. Didn't. I mean, I broke the system. I chose the deluxe album, but the thing is, when I was putting together this list, I was just like, I want to talk about albums that I'm most passionate about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no,
I wanted to put the Earthgang in. I mean, I like the Saba.
If it was like a couple tracks, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah. But like, it's still like, it's like 5 new tales and like a good end to the album. I thought it ended on a decent note, but
it feels more like an album now. It feels more like an album now
because
it was 8 tracks before, not including the interludes, and now it's 13. So even though it's a deluxe, it feels like an album. And also, I mean, I was gonna say that it's being slept on, although somehow Pitchfork put it as their best album last year, which is crazy. But I feel like a lot of people aren't listening to the record. I haven't seen many people talk about it. On this record, she can be in one breath, like really raw, really intimate, and then the next minute just have so much swagger, like on the Anderson .Paak track, or just some of the other tracks that are in the bonus tracks. And also just the way that she brought this record together, all these interludes, all these tales.
I think it's a really... Sorry to cut you off. Sorry,
you go.
I was going to say, I think it's I think it's a socially conscious album done well. I think the art speaks for itself, and I think you can take a lot from what it's trying to do. And yeah, the addition of these extra few tracks from the deluxe, I think they just enhance it. If anything, I think they blow it out, but in a better way. And yeah, they make it a more, as we said, a more like fully realized project. So yeah,
cool. Okay. So we had one album, but I like the Snoop. You like the Jazmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
Cool. I think February was a good month. It wasn't as great as January. But I feel like we're on the cusp of some big releases.
Yeah, I think we're now starting to get that, that those floodgates are starting to open from everyone who was in, the pandemic and lockdown, and we're just getting some of that real, that real music,
post-pandemic meat.
Yeah, post-pandemic... Wait, what? Post-pandemic meat? Post-pandemic schmeat? You're fucked.